And processes are good to a point. I think in the early stages, you don't want to get bogged down with processes either. I think processes are good once you have an established rule, product, way of doing things, and you want to have repeatable and consistent results. That's a perfect time to implement processes. Processes are also very helpful for bringing in new employees and the training process, so that everybody does things the same way. But at the very beginning phases, process, you could get mired in the details and lose sight of what you're actually trying to accomplish. So I would be a proponent of less process at the beginning, more process as you begin adding more employees and need that consistency, whether it's consistency of what you're building or consistency with how work is done.
So with me, I've been doing a lot of, and we talked in depth about team members and trusting those team members, but like I've hopefully conveyed this to everyone about when it comes to processes. If you have something better, please tweak it. Please manipulate it or alter the process to make it a better, effective workflow. And but again, though, it's just I think the repetition of doing it. I mean, even with the studio, it's with Sohail being the producer, it's like, hey, it's time in the seat, time in doing it. And it's just those processes like, hey, do we have SD cards? Do we have hard drives? Do we have, is the lens clean? Is all these little things. Now, if you put in a checklist, it would be a nightmare just because there's you would get bogged down in the process versus just doing the thing. But I think I don't know what I'm trying to say, but time and place, I guess.
It really, I guess it depends. I think process is good, but that's not the first thing you should be worried about when you're building your business.
So what is?
Getting it done. You have to build a product. And you can do that without process in the early phases, and your team may be more efficient that way. You don't want to tell them how to do things. You don't want, like you said, you don't want to keep them confined within the lines. You want them to explore. You want them to use creativity. You want to have them be part of the solution, and that can involve changing the way things are done or defining the way things are done.